Uh, I'm prob give myself like a 4. Hey everybody, welcome to the next commentary. Today we have a Corki jungle. I don't know if this guy is griefing or legitimately playing it, but we are playing some Malzahar mid into a Xerath. He outranges us significantly, but Malzahar is quite good at just shoving in waves, really, so it's okay. Malzahar is more of a mid-game champion more than an early-game champion. He doesn't even really have that good of lane pressure unless you're level 6, and I would say normally get assistance from other people. Your main benefit is that... Dang, he is going to grief. That sucks. We're going to lose the game because of him, maybe. We'll see. Anyways, my E is a damage over time effect. When I put it onto something, when that thing dies, if there is another enemy nearby, it will jump to them and then reapply it. And then it will also give me back some mana. So I have a little bit of mana regen, as you can see. And okay, if you get trades off like this versus people, you can totally win lane. That was ridiculous. Oh my god. So what happened is that I had my E on this guy, and he just keeps on stepping forward over and over again. And I'm just getting these, like, huge trades off on this guy because of that. So I don't know what he was attempting to do, but okay. My Q is a silence. It makes a zone after a moment between this area, and the area also will reapply the duration of my E if it's still on them. If it goes away, it doesn't reapply it. So you have to specifically do it when it's still on them, and I managed to do that on Xerath, which is why I was like, holy crap, this guy's just letting me do this? And that's why that went so well. Dang, I really missed cannon. That's okay, though. You can see that we push very quickly. The reason why we push fast is mainly because of our W. So our Q is the silence to refresh our E. Our W is voidlings that we spawn. And these voidlings... I'm just going to walk back to lane. I feel like I got a good enough reset off. And, I mean, I guess he's doing stuff, so whatever. It doesn't really matter if he did a level 1 cheese and failed at it, I suppose. So, anyways, what I was going to say is that your voidlings, whenever you use an ability, you stack a charge of it. And then when you use... you can stack up to 2 of them. You use them, it will give you another voidling. So it gives you normally 1. You can stack it 2 times, meaning you can get up to 3 of them. They die very, very quickly to basically anything in the entire game. They are not like Yorick, ghouls, or Zyra plants. They die so fast. They are so weak. So yeah, be aware of that. But the thing is that you just always have them. The cooldown is very, very, very short. So it's very spammable. That's like the trade-off, I guess. They deal insane amount of damage to minions that have the Malefic Visions on it. Honestly, I don't really know if they really deal that much to enemy champions, really. I feel like the main damage is going to be reapplying your E with your Q. Your ultimate is also one of your champion's main things that Malzahar is known for, because you have a suppression, which is a type of crowd control that is very unique because barely any champions in the game have suppression. Suppression can't be reduced by tenacity, so it will last that duration no matter what. There are ways of, like, not getting suppressed in the first place, like Black Shield or QSS removes suppression, which is an item. But yeah, besides that, there's really nothing that they can do to prevent it, and it's 2.5 seconds of suppression. That's a long time of crowd control. But you are locked in place when you do it. So... this guy's gonna flash away. I'd go for one last Q, hope it lands. If it doesn't, that's unlucky. I'm gonna walk far enough away that Corki can hopefully kill him. Darn, I don't think that he's gonna be able to, and this guy might ulti me. That's so tragic. Well, at least he killed him, I guess. Does he die too? Okay, in the end, he did get the kill. That sucks. I do not want to have a death like that. I just wanted to see if I could kill him because he was super low. It was kind of close, but just not enough damage in the end. I went pretty aggressive for it. Probably joining this is just bad. I'm just not going to do it. He's already dead. There's no reason to assist with that. But yeah, my ultimate's very good if I can ever pair it with like a gank or something, because I can lock somebody down for a long time. But in our case, he didn't have any items and he wanted to base, and I only had like 1 moment to try it. I just wanted to see if I can deal enough or not. Sadly, it did not work. He outranges us still, of course, which is a big deal, but in the end, I mean, there's not much that we can do besides just hope that we can CS somewhat okay in front of him. And the Malzahar CSing is quite easy because your visions just jump between all of the minions dying. So he's decent at resetting frequently, especially when you get boots and stuff, which I won't have for a little bit because I have magical footwear. But even now, I mean, I'm not losing too much, in my opinion, for that base. Even though I still have TP and stuff too, I just don't want to use it just yet. Bot lane's kind of dominating. Corki is probably dead. Indeed. Farewell, Corki. At least you got the dragon. And we don't really have a good way of ever getting on top of this guy to punish him. If I had a different type of jungler that could, like, kick him towards me, maybe. That's just a little bit of poke damage. If I press my ultimate onto him, it's not really going to work out. I'm just going to use my Voidlings here, just because sometimes if he, like, uses stun immediately, it would be able to get him. And the game has only begun. I mean, as I said, Malzahar is more of a mid-game champion, and getting that movement speed boost from having my magical footwear is kind of important. That guy's just not gonna allow me to ulti him. I want to ulti him, but I don't think that he's gonna give me the opportunity to do that. I know that he doesn't have ultimate himself, though. Nice. So that's why I even, like, kept on stepping up and trying to be a little bit aggressive. Because if he lands everything on me, he doesn't kill me. He still needs to land even more than that to even have a chance at killing me. So I tried playing for Corki, hoping that he would be able to kind of do something like that, and he was. If I TP, it's going to take forever for me to get there, so I'm probably not going to do it, because I'm just about to have it, and I might be able to counter gank somewhere and join in on a good fight. We have Malignance now. Our Malignance will make it so we can use our ultimate more frequently. It also creates the pool underneath people that deals good damage. And, our silence is also a kind of underrated thing about Malzahar, because Malzahar's silence is an AoE silence that lasts 1 second, but as you continue leveling it up, it goes to 2 seconds. So you have a 2-second AoE. I think that there's a way that I can help out with this again. Yeah, I know my flash is ready. I'm gonna silence as I have him just locked down here. I don't really know why the guy decided to go that way of all ways. So well played, Corki. Nice gank. You're kind of popping off, aren't you? I silenced him? He'll just barely die? This person will die too, and this is when... You see how, like, just getting to one item, and I wasn't even fed before, the damage that I output is kind of high if I get in range of people. I mean, we're kind of short range as a champion. My longest range ability is my silence, and it really doesn't deal that much. It's more of a utility thing. But it does crazy damage if I can reapply my E onto people. Then it really does good damage, right? And it's becoming easier to, like, farm, too. You can see that my CS per minute versus this guy also has substantially increased. Yeah, I'm gonna get the rose. Sorry, I was literally trying to juke more than caring about getting that. And suddenly, this guy that was completely dominating us is feeling that he is losing pretty hard here. And my visions just popped on him. And I silenced him there. You can see how spam heavy I get. It's really bonkers. He can't even, like, ulti me here to kill me, either. He's so low that if I press E/R, he would die. He's just not in range, though, sadly. Oh my goodness. That's not enough to kill me, so I'll be fine. Really? I was really thinking that I would survive with Corki being there. Darn, dude. I purposely didn't flash thinking that I would be able to survive. Bummer. Well, my bad, I guess, on that. I'm gonna try going something a bit unique, because I saw that Storm Surge had a crazy high win rate on this champion, even though it's, like, not commonly built, and it just seemed kind of fun, because what if it's because having bonus movement speed allows you, just like Rylai's is very good on this champion, to get onto people. You might see me here. Yeah. I don't really know if I can catch this guy or not. I don't think so. I'm not going to bother. We might as well just continue shoving and just trying to pressure. As you can see, the visions just go crazy now on the minion wave. I press Q to even, like, help CS it because the mana that I get back is really nuts. And I just get first turret, just like that. This Corki is completely popping off. Who could it be? Could it be Tarzan? Is that a Tarzan name? Ha ha ha. I don't know. I don't know if they're on Dragon or not, and I don't think that I can contest alone because there will be too many champions to CC, and somebody's gonna stop me. That didn't jump to you? I was walking up because I thought that my visions would jump to that guy so I could go for him. Our top laner is getting completely bonked up there. Thank goodness I was able to get some help to get strong myself, huh? That guy instantly dies. I'm a little bit lucky because I think I almost got interrupted there. Did I mention Mal's passive? Mal's passive is a shield that you get, and it reduces the amount of damage you take for a quarter second, so it's super short by 90%, which is huge. So if you ever get bursted by somebody, amazing, right? Like Rengar jumping on you. But it also prevents crowd control from affecting you too. So if you have it up and you ulti somebody, that's like your one way of not getting immediately CC'd. I think I might have had it, and that's why Mordekaiser E didn't hit me. Because it looked like I was inside of it. CS per minute, once again, looking great. And I am just going to buy this Storm Surge. Maybe I go Rylai's next, otherwise you can also go Death Cat, because my AP ratios on my Q is meh, 55%, but my E is 80, which doesn't seem crazy. But remember, if you E somebody and then you Q them and you reapply it, that 80% is going to be kind of reapplied again. And then combine that with your ultimate damage is nuts if you get high AP. Your ultimate is a lockdown. Anyways, I was looking for Lucian there. It locks people down, but it also does base damage, and it creates a zone underneath them for 5 seconds. Normally, they won't be inside of it for 5 seconds, but if they are, then it does 21% of max HP. They only need to be inside of it for a little bit for it to deal a lot, and then you have Malignance as well. So it's just like a bunch of damage added together. If you press E onto somebody in ultimate, it's gonna kind of kill them very quickly. I would argue that I'm hoping that I'm strong enough that I honestly just one-shot people by comboing. Oh. I see. I mean, I'm just not going to go for this guy only because I lost vision and my E went on CD. And I'll be honest, some champions in League are buggy still, even though this game's like so popular, where even though my E showed CD, I lost vision immediately of Lee Sin. I thought that it bugged out because this does happen on other champions occasionally, and it literally did zero, or like it wasn't on him. Nice. So we put E on Lucian, I ulted the Nami to lock her down, my Storm Surge finished her off, I was able to predict that Lee Sin was going to jump somewhere, and we managed to kill a bunch of them because of that. Very nice, right? Very... That scared the crap out of me, I'm so dead, there's no way to outplay this. That kind of spooked me. I was not expecting that. That was very out of nowhere. So Rylai's allows us to make it so we have a damage over time effect that we continue, to have it, you know, reapply the slow, which allows kiting in a way. Otherwise, stuff like Shadow Flame is decent. Once again, Death Cap is good. I'm just wondering if it's worth building this Rylai's or not right now. I think I'm just going to build it because I can. Otherwise, I would totally build a Shadow Flame. But the immediate power spike of probably having this item fully completed is maybe just too great for me to just skip over. I still think that this game is not completely won, of course. I mean, that Mordekaiser is one of their strongest members, and he did get 1,000 gold from me. Which is something. Nice. Oh, okay. I can't get on top of anybody. That didn't bounce? That's weird. Huh. Mordekaiser doesn't have Proto Belt. I also don't know how Mordekaiser ultimate works with my ultimate either. I'm just going to ulti without using my E here just to damage him because I was thinking that Corki could probably one-shot him. Yeah, nice. Malzahar E has an animation. So if I press E and then ultimate onto people, sometimes they get out of range as you're mid-cast of your E, and then they just run away. And that's very frustrating. I hate that. So that's why I just pressed ultimate instead, to try to guarantee that no matter what, it is going to work out for us. Malz is also decent at doing objectives because your Voidling spam is kind of busted. I think that they deal decent damage, and they also tank, is the thing. There is a TP going off. That is a Mordekaiser, and he does have his ultimate. I don't think it really... Oh, never mind. That is not Mordekaiser. That is Xerath. I'll just tank it. Because I tanked the stun, that means that Corki can just jump in, because that's, like, the only Xerath peel that they have, really, right? I'm just gonna allow the minions to die like that, and we'll just base and start heading off to our next area. Right now, this does 500 damage plus 24%. Remember that it's over 5 seconds, so they can run out of it. That is still a pretty tremendous amount, because if you combine that with my E, that's 1,000 damage. Now, one thing that I don't know is, does Malzahar ultimate, when you press ultimate on somebody with E on them, does it apply it on the last tick of your ultimate, or does it refresh at the beginning? Because I think that's a really important thing to know that I've never thought about. Because if it does it at the last tick, continuously applying it, that's really insane. Because you kind of lock them down for about the same duration as the ultimate itself, or the E itself. So then the damage from your E is crazy good, because it's going to be on them forever. And then maybe you can even press Q afterwards too. I don't know how easy it would be to fight this guy, but I kind of want to try. Yeah, it's very easy. Yeah, I see that. Okay, now we know. Once again, you can see that I can just press buttons on side lanes and just leave it. I just press EW, let the minions do its work, and I just go off. We just one-tap the Mordekaiser without even needing to really try too much, and now I'm able to slow down Lee Sin, and if Lee Sin gets slowed, oh, it jumps to Nami, now Nami gets slowed. And that's why Malzahar is good, like, mid-game team fighting and not really 1v1 potential. I know that I 1v1 the Mordekaiser there easily, but still, there's a lot of champions that do crap on you in a 1v1. Like Zed, for instance. This isn't my second Mal's game. I did get destroyed by a Zed. He just rushed QSS, and then I could not even ulti him. It was really annoying. I think I won the game in the end, though. My visions jumped to him over there. Did some big damage to him. I'm just going to go Shadow Flame for big dam. I mean, if I want to, I guess I could just kill this guy again if he steps up too aggressively. I just need to know if there's vision control around for me to not step on. Darn. Oh, you're just dead. I'm alive! No! Voidling's slow, by the way. Did Ashes die? Oh. He didn't get me. Hey, I'm out. See you later. Dang, I only need like 40 gold. This sucks. Dude, I really don't want a TB to help you. Is that okay? Because I feel like he's not really that threatening. And it's because I believe in you the whole time. That's the reason. I knew that he was going to win. So, Shadow Flame, we have really high flat pen, 48 flat pen. If I press E ultimate onto really anybody, I mean, of course, W as well. You should always be activating W too. Then people are going to die pretty fast, I think. Also, my CS per minute is pretty high, like about 10. I mean, as I mentioned, you don't even really have to try to farm, but you just will kill everybody. Yeah, that guy is just instantly gone. The amount of burn that we deal is just wild. Oh my goodness. Well played there, Mal. Thank you. Some people don't understand the difficulty of playing Mal, so I'm glad somebody appreciates the challenging specialness of my champion. Whatever specialness means. My comm is trying to proc even though I don't see him. I'm just gonna press this button on you. She tried to hit me with that, but the thing is, I had my shield, because your shield also scales with the cooldown. Not your cooldown reduction, but just with levels. So because I'm a high level now, my shield just comes back all the time. It's very, very nice. Malz was your whole game, little homie? I mean, I'm gonna be honest, the Corki at first I thought was griefing, but he kind of did a lot better than I was expecting. So yeah, GG. I'm probably just gonna die here, but I did what I needed to do, which was kill that guy. So thanks for watching. Mal solo carried your team? What the heck? What the heck? I'm crazy. 1v9. I like playing into it, where it's like, hell yeah, dude, I'm the best. I don't even believe, like, what he said. I don't think I'm 1v9 at all. But it's just so funny when you play along, especially if it's like the enemy team calling yourself good. You're like, hell yeah, I'm the best. I'm Faker. Alright, well, anyways, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for Game 2. Game 2 also was supposed to be a Game 1, so I might go over some of the same information, but the end of the game was where somebody was being toxic towards me, which is what I was going to have the video be about. But did second most damage. Not bad. Corki had just as much kills as me. He popped... Or, no. He had a little bit more. One more kill. Well played to him. I just gotta look at his match history for a second. I don't know what's going on. Huh, he plays Corki jungle way more frequently than I was expecting. Maybe he just has a wide champion pool. Because I feel like playing Corki consistently is kind of showing that he maybe just actually does play Corki jungle and isn't that bad at it. And it's not just like a one-off random pick. Anyways, see you guys later. Thanks for watching again. Peace out, bye. Hey everybody, welcome to the next commentary. Today we're playing some Malzahar mid into an Aurelion Soul. I don't know if this guy picked Aurelion Soul just because I am a champion that creates minions, and he's a stacking champion, so Veigar, Smolder, Aurelion Soul can stack off of my minions. Although Aurelion Soul's stacking method is way worse for that type of gameplay, though, because Veigar is a pretty short CDQ, and the only thing that can stack my minions is his Black Hole, and his ECD, which is the Black Hole. It's a pretty long cooldown, so I guess he probably isn't going to really be able to do too much. But Malzahar is a champion that is extremely straightforward. People call him very boring, and I could understand that. But he also has the fun gameplay of, in my opinion, being one of the craziest Rylai's users. Very strong thing for him if you want to go Rylai's. And, I mean, his kit functions. Every single kit in League has like a functionality of normally playing around a certain aspect of your champion, and for Malz, it's about his E. His E is his damage over time effect. It will go between and refresh whenever it kills something and go to the next target. RQ is an AoE silence that will spawn between these two areas after like a moment. And if you landed onto somebody like how I just did there, and they have my E on them, it will refresh the duration of the E, making it last longer. The same thing with my ultimate. My ultimate also refreshes my E. So, you have a lot of refresh mechanics. You have a big AoE silence. The AoE silence, I feel like, is a very underrated ability on Malzahar because it gives you Damn, you just straight up died and I have no way to kill him. You're just too weak, brother. I don't know if this person maybe just doesn't play Bel'Veth, because Bel'Veth honestly is... Because Bel'Veth is a character that is honestly not as, easy as she might seem, depending on if, like, you really put yourself behind, because she, in my opinion, is more of an early game champion that can become crazy if you get really fed, but anyways, the early game for Malzahar is pretty straightforward. You just put your Malefic Visions onto minions, mainly. If you want to harass your opponent, you can if you want. You can use your Q if you want to refresh it, but the general playstyle is normally E, the minions, and then press W, and it will spawn these little voidlings, and these voidlings deal bonus damage to things that have your visions on it. And that's how you wave clear, because your E damage is not enough until later on to be able to just clear the waves quickly. So the minions are super necessary. You can also spawn up to 3 of them. I don't know why she did that, but okay. You know what? I'll stick around because, I mean, I feel like Aurelion Soul's not scary at all, and we can probably shove out quite quickly. Malzahar shove is so broken if you ever can get the minions to not die. A lot of people will try to kill your minions because they die very quickly, and when you kill them, that is the way to, like, stop my early game push power, but this guy has no mana, and we just saw him use his E as well. So yeah, you can't really do anything about my push, and I can just base and save my TP for another time. Anyways, what I was trying to say is that whenever I use an ability, I get a charge of my Voidlings, and I can have up to 2 charges of it to summon an additional one, so I can have up to 3 Voidlings out. Because if you use your W, it always will spawn at least a minimum of 1. It's not like you start at 0. And then when your E bounces between different minions, it also, or just bounces between any target, I should say, it also gives you back a little bit of mana. So Malzahar's mana is not really too concerning. You can spam really all you want. And it becomes very non-interactive eventually, where you can kind of play hyper aggro without being punished very easily, because you shove so damn fast, and it's very challenging to stop your shove unless they, like, send a ton of people to come get you. Like, even now, you see how I'm still shoving even though I got pushed away? Isn't that crazy? Nice. I couldn't just press R on her because I knew that Aurelion Soul was going to ulti me, so that's what happened there. He ultied me. If I press my R, it can be interrupted. My ultimate is a very strong crowd control effect. It is a suppression. And the suppression effects mean that they can't be affected by tenacity. It will always be a set duration, and it's 2.5 seconds of suppression, right? Yeah, that's 2.5 seconds of CC. That's a long time. Didn't mention Malzahar's passive, which is his shield, which is recharging right now. When I have this shield, what happens is that I take massively reduced damage. I'm gonna die here, but I think he dies too, so I'm okay with it, because you can see my visions jumped on her as well. I should have probably bought something. I don't think it would have killed her, though, regardless. There's always other people around that are going to stop my ultimate. Your ultimate can be interrupted. That's the annoying part about using Malzahar ultimate. But you are immune to crowd control when your passive is up. And once again, 90% damage reduction for, like, a quarter of a second. It might not sound that good, but it kind of is. Because a lot of champions are kind of burst heavy in League, in my opinion, where they might try to do something very aggressive onto you, and being able to counter that or just not be able to get CC'd is kind of huge. We're going to go Malignant, so my ultimate is on a lower CD. Our silence CD is also very short, and the duration of it goes up to 2 seconds, and it's an AoE silence. if you land 2 or 3 man silences inside of team fights on a short CD, it's very impactful. Malzahar is quite a strong character. For team fighting. I mean, that's kind of his main strength, I would say. Your 1v1 is okay. If you have, like, Rylai's, you can kite people out. But your pick potential is absolutely god tier because your ultimate is kind of broken. Also, you see how I can just leave the wave to try to rotate to whatever is going on? Sadly, it did not work out for us, but... Wait, silence doesn't interrupt his W? I felt like that W went further than it should have, but whatever. Just gonna silence him a couple times. I got nothing better to do. They are kind of low, too, so there's a chance that I might be able to kill... if he overextends. Ooh, well played. I think that you still die, though, if you get hit by this Q, because that's just gonna bounce to you. I wish that would kill. I don't think it's gonna kill him, though. 2 HP! I saw it. I saw the 2 HP. So damn close. Anyways, Nami bubbled me, which was very good by her. She bubbled me at the moment that I tried using my own ultimate, and it flew through the air and stopped me. I mean, to be honest, I don't really know why she was ganking me in the first place. There's no way that Aurelion Soul could have followed it up, I believe, because he had, like, no mana, as you saw. He couldn't even use W to run away from me because of how he was. So I don't know why she's blaming him so hard when it definitely felt like it was her bad decision of trying to do a gank that was too aggressive. Your ultimate does base damage and percentage damage because it creates this zone on the ground that lasts for 5 seconds. That zone is surprisingly strong if you can ever buy a decap. Looks like my teammate died, but she did get the dragon, and that's huge. My teammates are still pressuring bot, even though they're getting collapsed on. I'm gonna try to assist, but they are most likely dead. I apparently just don't have the luxury of getting that guy. Oh, you got him. Okay. And you survived. Wow. Okay. And I'm going to be able to get the whole entire wave, so we don't even miss anything. He was able to survive with the shield. Well played. Good stuff. I'm going to be going for... I'm going to try out a unique build without Rylai's. I kind of wanted to try out going a bunch of flat pen on Mal's with high damage, because I've seen Malzahar's win rates with items before, and I was like, dude, why does it show that, like, these items are so good on him? And it feels like they aren't rare or built very commonly, which is... Shadow Flame, honestly, is kind of built, I guess, commonly, but, Storm Surge just sounded interesting. I was like, Storm Surge? Why would I want that? One of the weakest things about my champion, though, is for sure... You see how difficult it is to really walk up and punish people without putting myself in danger? Sometimes your thingy might bounce towards them, though. As you can see, you did about 300 damage there just from a random trade when I'm just trying to shove. But yeah, my Q is kind of my only damage source from far away. Unless I, like, flash forward and stuff. So, can be a bit of a struggle to punish people. We can't even help them bot side. I wonder if, like, this guy is gonna suddenly show up. Darn. I mean, he did show up, but not in the way that I could ever harass him, though. That's okay. I'm just gonna walk at him because I don't like that he's just able to hit my minion wave like that. I'm just gonna ulti just to see how much damage I can deal here. Okay, apparently that would have killed him if Nami didn't just save him. Well played, Nami. My damage is a bit more ridiculous than I anticipated. What I did is that I just walked at him, missed my Q, I think. I did not see it land. I just pressed R on him. At level 11. Did a bunch of damage. It reset my E. I don't know if it resets the E at the beginning of it, or if it continues resetting until the end. That's something that I've never really thought about, because I've never really been a Malz main. Malz has not really been a meta pick ever. Maybe there was one instance really long time ago where I believe Crown won Worlds by... No. Doinby won Worlds by mainly playing Malzahar when he was like not even popular back then. But that was the only time that I've ever seen Malz, and even then he wasn't even meta. It was just like a weird pick that people were doing. I'm still gonna take my full base here. I don't like just sticking around at my current amount of gold that I have. Damn, I was about to TP down. I wonder if it would have been worth it. I would have had to TP on the minion here immediately and just help all in that guy. Smolder getting fed is gonna be annoying. Another stacking champion to stack off my minions, huh? I guess we have one-shot potential, don't we? After I saw how much damage I deal... Oh, right. That's how Briar Ultimate works. Briar Ultimate, if you didn't know, this is like a mechanic that is very rarely known. I also should have flashed before I used my ultimate, and then I could have just sidestepped it and then not gotten stopped. It cancels channels on impact. People might know, yeah, Briar Ultimate, it fears everybody in the area besides the main target that it hits when she arrives. But did you know that it also cancels channels at the beginning if it hits you? So that stopped my ultimate, if you didn't know. So yeah. I completely forgot that was even in the game. There's not very many champions that honestly have channels in the first place. I think she was kind of low, but I mean, I got myself killed. It's my fault. Our game state is looking still completely fine, though. Doesn't really matter. Nice little kill onto that guy. Are you going to go bot lane? You don't want to go bot lane? I guess I will be instead. Smolder should be pretty easy to 1v1 at least, if I can just get in range of him so I can press my R and stuff. We're getting to a pretty strong power spike for Mel since my QCD is short because of... Not the level ups, because the QCD is always that, but it's a 2-second silence, and then I have more ability haste because I finished items, right? So, 4-second CD, 2-second silence, almost. I mean, I'm close to 13. That's a very small amount of downtime of being able to silence on repeat. So the enemy, if you can land it consistently, does not have much uptime of even being able to cast abilities on you if they are like that type of champion. If they're like a 80 carry or something, that's a bit different, I guess. Depending on what it is. But even Briar casts a lot, right? So it's not even bad versus a champion like her. My next item is going to be Shadow Flame. My CS per minute's looking good. Your CS per minute on Malzahar should be... I think pretty high in most games. I do think if you were to play Malzahar in very high elo, sometimes, so like Master Tier Plus only, and probably in Challenger it'd be really, maybe difficult, depending on who you play against and what champions they're playing. Malzahar is Level 1 to 4, I believe, can be heavily punished versus, like, crazy good players, depending on what their picks are. Like, I imagine, like, Orianna or something, or a Ryze. I think they would just completely crush you. Not sure, though. Could be wrong. We don't even need to stick around to push out waves. It's kind of stupid for me to even be in that area when that's happening. I might as well just put down my whole hit on the wave like this, and then just immediately leave. There's no reason to stick around. It will get the rest for me. Allows us to open up the opportunity to roam a lot more often, which is cool. My team wants to do Otacon. That's why everybody is just sticking around in this area right now. I also want to buy Empowered Boots eventually, too. The enemy is so far away. I don't even see them. I don't know how easily this one will shove, because that is a cannon. Missed your bubble. That's okay, though. I was just waiting to see if anybody was going to rotate in and try to stop us or not, but nobody did. Okay, looks like nobody was going to rotate. If I ultied that guy, it probably would have not worked out, so thank goodness I didn't, since it would have just been wasted. I'm probably going to die here, but oh well. The, I mean, not the Malz, the, Darius ultimate killed me from over the wall. It still hit me. The Bluetooth, Darius. But we win the game because the enemy just gives up. So thanks for watching. Kind of a short game. See you guys later. GG's. I'm prob give myself like a 4. Because if you rate yourself 10 on ugly, that would be like bad. Wait, is he he must think I'm a girl, so that's why he's being toxic? Good luck finding love. Okay. Alright, see you guys later. I recently have been starting to record after games to, if people add me, I just accept, because sometimes things like this happen. I'm like, dude, I should record this. This is kind of entertaining. Anyways, see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.